You know what I don't fucking like? I don't like the idea that my coworkers could see my fucking YouTube. One day, I'm just gonna lay it out, y'all. I swear to God. One day. Today is not that day, though, because we have to move tactically. My name is Morris. Here to say today wasn't the best day. It wasn't. It wasn't the best day. You know that look black folks give when you're in a predominantly white area? You trying to see if it's any more of us around, and you just... That's looking for comfort. That's in seeking comfort. And then after you give a brother or sister that look, there's a little bit of relief in knowing that you're not the only one there. For a while, I was the only black woman, black person that I'd been working with. It had just been me. And I'd be lying if I said that there weren't some very prominent cultural gaps within my workplace. You know, certain conversations being had, and I'm quiet, not because I'm uninterested, because I genuinely don't know what to say. Like this form of communication I'm unfamiliar with. I don't really enjoy talking about other people either. And I don't think that's a cultural thing. I think that's just a human thing. Some people go to work and just gossip, and I don't do that shit because I kind of have better things to focus on. But that's kind of a subcategory. That really has nothing to do with anything I'm saying. But I was the only woman in the office, only black woman in the office. No one to really relate to or talk to. Now that isn't the case anymore. And that sigh of relief I was talking about earlier, I felt that. Because a lot of people don't understand that feeling of genuinely feeling alone or not being understood or feeling like, or having a code switch, having to dilute your personality to make the people around you comfortable. You know, you can't be too loud because then people start looking at you funny. You can't voice anger because then people will start looking at you funny. You know, maybe Bill can do that, or even Jimmy, and everyone just laughs. But if you do it, everyone just gets quiet. There have been times where I tested this theory too. A couple times. Maybe not anger or like any extreme human emotion, but there have been times where I'd say something and then someone feels the need to correct me or ask, "Are you okay? You all right?" It's annoying. It's fucking draining. I'm not gonna be in this field of work forever though. Shit. I'll be damned. Adulting is weird. Because I already knew this, but now you're in it. You realize that the world hasn't changed that much since 1619. It's only evolved. It's shape-shifted. Improvements, yes. Improvements, yes. Sustainments, yes. There's such an imbalance in this world. But you can't talk about how imbalanced life is at work. You just go to work and you do what you gotta do and then you come home. You're in survival mode. Sorry, my ear itched. I think my hair keeps poking the inside of my ear. You're in survival mode. You know, the passive aggressive communication. And then you realize that some things you can't do, and then some things other people can. And I think that's what sucks the most. You can't be mediocre. You can't be average either. In fact, you have to go above and beyond just to get even a smirk, maybe. You know, I'm already quiet in the workplace, but I do what I have to do, and I do my best. I don't know, but there's no room for mistakes. Not for me. No room for mistakes. I think I'm gonna move to Maryland or Cali. I've been doing some research on some of the most diverse places in the States, and those are two of them. I wanted to create today, but I was kind of held after work for an extra hour and a half, maybe. I went to the gym. I didn't do everything that I wanted to do. And now I'm here, I'm creating because, like I said, I'm committed to getting something out there every day. I feel like I owe it to the people. I don't know. It's my duty, it's my calling. And I'm gonna tell y'all what's going on. And this is what's going on right now. This is what goes on sometimes. You know, expected to go above and beyond, meet all the standards, do this and that, do everything, and then you make one mistake. I made one mistake today. And the crazy thing is, I didn't even realize I made that mistake because no one told me. And I didn't know. And I can't even explain the mistake to you. But I was unaware of this mistake. I didn't know. I literally didn't know. No one told me, no one said anything. And usually I'm very conscious of what I'm doing, especially when I'm at work. And it's something like this, especially the amount of time that I've been here, something like this happened, which I don't recall. I know that I would have addressed it 100% then and there. And so you make one mistake, even though you do a lot. And what am I hearing? I don't know what I'm hearing. Do y'all hear that? I don't know what I'm hearing right now. Anyways, you make one mistake versus all the other accomplishments that you have. And suddenly all hell rains down on the fucking office. And you know the thing is? You aren't even addressed directly about it. You aren't addressed directly about it. And so you kind of have to ask around and see if it was you, and lo and behold, it is. What problems does that solve, bro? And I'm not a confrontational person. But if there's an issue, I'm going to talk to you about it. Because we're going to figure this out. I don't understand passive communication. I don't understand passive communication. And I think most people don't. I know where I'm at. I know what I'm doing. And I'm 100% aware I'm working right now. And I'm willing to do all that comes with it. But a person can only improve so much if they know what they're doing wrong. And if they know that it's them. You know, if someone's walking around musty, smelling like ass, and they don't know, and you just say, hey guys, let's just make sure we're conducting proper hygiene, that musty fuck ass person is just gonna stand around like, yeah, all right, come back musty the next day. You know why? Because they don't know they're musty. And you didn't tell them that they're the musty one. And you didn't give them tips on how to improve their hygiene. That's just an example. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just an example of how terrible passive communication is. And unfortunately, a lot of people talk like that. Now, some days I be tired, and it ain't even because of physical labor. It's all the mental shit that comes with being a minority in the workplace. This made me want to watch Insecure all over again because she portrayed that so beautifully. Today, I think just really, I wouldn't say it showed me something I kind of already knew, but it kind of validated what I already thought and anticipated would happen in this bigger work environment. It's exactly what I thought would happen. Like, some people are allowed to be rude, talk shit about people in the workplace, be a little bit racist, not gonna lie, and get a pat on the fucking back. And you can do one thing wrong. One thing. I'm irritated today, y'all. Because I try to be so fair with everybody. I'm not a pushover. And I'm not about to let you disrespect me. But I will be fair upon our first encounter. I wonder if the world will ever grow past this. Will people still have to code switch at work? Will we still be operating on male schedules that don't align with ours? Will we still be underpaid and expect to overwork? Will that still happen 200, 300, 400 years from now? Will the earth even still be here? Who knows, bruh? Today I'm a little bit tired. Because I really do try my best. I really do. I need to water my plants. Also, let's talk about something else. Music. My song probably won't be out until a couple days. Sometime around Juneteenth. And that's not really by choice. It's by circumstance. I have to buy being black is so cool. I'm sorry, I'm back. Being black is so cool. Cause it's like, damn. You are rare. Who else got this texture of hair in the world? Who else thrives and glows in the sun? Who else makes music that sounds like the sun? Who else, can say the first humans to walk the earth look like you? Who could say that? Who could say that? But it can also feel very isolating sometimes. And that's what being a woman, period, as well. It can feel isolating. But a black woman, I need to write an essay on this. I want to make a video essay on this. Black women operating in the workforce, because we've been working since we got here. We've been working since we got here. And I don't care what I do for work. Respect. Respect. I'm big on that. And just because you're my boss doesn't give you the right to treat me like shit because you have more experience and more years on me. I know once I'm in a position of power, I'm not gonna treat people who make less money than me or have less experience than me like they are less. Because to be quite honest, the only thing they have that I don't is less experience. They're not less worthy of respect because you show your boss respect. If they were to make a mistake, you would politely correct them, but you're not going to treat them like shit. You know, we go to these meetings and things. We go to these meetings and things, you know, expected to show respect to these people that have more experience or make more money than us. But then when it's just us, all that goes out the window. I'm never going to treat people like that. Especially as a leader. You want to be able to lead people. You want people to be able to follow you. If you treat them like they dog shit, they're not going to want to listen to you. I don't know what I'm hearing right now. Yeah, I don't know what I'm hearing. Y'all, once I get a little more money in my pockets, once I start establishing a platform, once I start building a team, I just want y'all to know that I'm gonna expect respect. I won't be fucked with, but I'm not gonna treat you like shit just because you're not me. My moral code is intact. My morals, my values are very much aligned. I'm humble. And I'm a firm believer that you reap what you sow. Karma's real. So I'll be damned if I treat someone like shit if I don't want it thrown in my face. And I think at the end that makes me a winner. I'm not gonna let teeny tiny mindsets, egos, bigger. Ooh, sorry, that was my back. No, that was my butt. Not the inside though. But I'm not gonna let huge egos and small mindsets alter who I am. And honestly, my mom always tells me to pray for people like that. What a powerful woman. She tells me to pray for those who, you know, have this hate in their hearts or who don't care to empathize with other people. Because you don't want to create more chaos in this world. You don't want to create more turmoil. And sometimes I do it, but sometimes I just can't. Sometimes I want revenge. Sometimes I want to match that energy, but I know I won't do that. I can't do that because I'm not you. I'm not ignorant. I have a mind and it works very beautifully. And I'll be damned if I let your dirt, your shit get in my soil. I got seeds in my mind that's growing. Every day I learn something new, and today was a huge lesson. Something that I'll never forget. You never forget how people treat you. You never forget that. But I know my character. I know my character very well. Well enough to know that I won't become what I once despised. I will not become what I once despised. And that brings peace to my heart. To anyone out there having a bad day, having a bad day at work, bad day at school, bad day at home, bad day on the road, if you're just having a bad day, I went to the gym today. I didn't do everything I wanted to do, but I did something. I didn't want to make this video, but I did it. I did want to make this video, but not this video specifically because it required me to break my silence, to be vulnerable and express what is really going on in my life right now, with the risk of those being that what's going on in my life seeing this video, but I really don't care. That's a sacrifice you make as a leader. Sometimes you do things that others are scared to, or that will make others angry, but it'll make them look at themselves. So as I was saying, to anyone having a bad day, or who may be experiencing some sort of turmoil or stress, move your body, move your mind, journal it, write it, cry it, scream it, punch it, and then evaluate it. I'm always looking at myself to see what I did wrong or what I could do better. And I'm actively doing that today. And it's tough sometimes, but I'm tougher. Okay. I'm gonna stop this video. I'm gonna make another video. I love you guys. My 2 viewers, I love y'all. I'm working on getting this channel back to what it was when I was very consistent. But there's 700 of y'all here, and I still can't believe that. It's kind of crazy to me. But I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep pushing. Because I know I can make it. I know I can have a really big impact on this world.